This is Dr. John Pendleton. This is Dr. Jane Pendleton, and we're planting today a tree.
It's a cherry tree.
It is a cherry tree. It's a really nice cherry tree, about 30 bucks. It blows, but the nice thing about buying at a place that you can return it after a year if it doesn't thrive for no reason that you've damaged it or something yourself. But there's different things to do for a tree that you may not know. Trees are under the dirt. They can't live in the oxygen, so you have to make sure when you're planting a tree that you take the dirt and you put it around the roots so that the roots are underneath the dirt. Then you give it a nice bit of water and make sure that there's no air there. If there's air there, then your tree's going to die. You can use sand. A lot of this soil right here has a lot of sand in it, but we also use, when we're planting a tree or a shrub, some type of fertilizer dirt to get the tree started. You can look at the planting instruction on your tree and take a note and see it, but the main thing in reference to the trees that they don't tell you is that they're anaerobic. That means they have to live in an airless environment. So when you take the tree out, we don't use this dirt.
To loosen up the dirt on the tree is right here. You just take it and give it like a little bit of a pressure at the palm of your hand, and you give it a roll like this, and then you just if you could put your finger right there in the notch hole right here. There you go. And pull it off. There you go.
What we're going to do next is we're going to take our hand and we're going to loosen up the bottom, and it's been compacted in the container.
You might have to use scissors.
Yeah, it might be dry. You don't want to damage the root, but you definitely want to loosen the root so the roots will make contact with the soil. And as you put the dirt back in the hole, you want to make sure that the dirt's appropriate for the type of tree. You don't want to use a lot of fertilizer types on a evergreen tree. So trees and shrubs, but evergreens, you might just want to use potting soil, or what we generally did was we used sand and watered it down good, and that sand really allowed it to bind up with the soil, and it provided it a nice anaerobic environment, airless environment, where the tree can thrive.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that your dirt's not clumpy, because that allows for the air pockets and things like that. So it's got to kind of have a nice texture there. You dig a hole 3 times the size of a root base. We didn't dig this very deep because we're going to put some good tree and shrub fertilizer that's good for up to 9 months, and we're going to line the bottom, make sure the other dirt here is not compacted or has a lot of clots in it, and we'll pour that in there, and then we'll set the tree on top of that. So you break up the clots, you give it a nice place to sit. Take your fingers and kind of massage the roots. Take the tree, place it in the hole, and then you want to have it positioned correctly as far as which way you want it to be as you start adding the dirt around it. And you want to make sure that it's kind of straight so you can kind of look at it.
Okay, that's always my job.
I don't see things straight.
No, he doesn't. Especially in an argument.
That's true. I'm not always right.
So you're going to put this dirt in, or you're going to put that dirt in?
I'm going to put this dirt in.
But that still looks pretty good. You want to mix in with it?
No, I'm going to take that to the garden.
Okay. Excellent. I knew I wore my rubber shoes today for a reason. And when we get done with this tree, we're going to stake it, by the way. Always stake your new trees. They say don't stake them for too many years, because then they won't be strong enough to hold themselves up when you remove the stakes.
And then we have the ring to go around it.
Oh, it's a worm. That's good. Put him right back where he belongs. Now what I've done here is I've just built a dam, and I'm level, ground level, just a little bit above, like right there's where the original tree, top of the pot, the dirt was for the tree. And then right here I'm just building a dam, When I water it, the water will soak in slowly. That'd be really great for this nice hot summers that we get up here in central Indiana. We do get hot summers. People think we don't, but we do. We get 105, 110 degrees high humidity, especially at the end of July and August. Now on top of that, without breaking my dam, I'm going to put this heavy rubberized piece of mulch right there. That'll keep me from hitting it with a string trimmer and not having any weeds or anything like that coming up. And then I'll lay mulch down on top of that then. Here's the tree, by the way. It's called a super sweet cherry tree. Usually will come with 2 tags. I'm going to hang on to these because this tree is guaranteed for 1 year. So this time, exact date next year, if I keep my receipt and my tags, I can return this tree back to Lowe's where we got it.
Hopefully it'll live.
I don't know if Menards has that same guarantee, but we've done our best and we have video proof that we did our best to grow it. So
You got a 10% discount also at Lowe's if
Yeah.
you're military.
yeah, military discount at Lowe's for 10% off. So there you go. So we took our discount for that. So plant a tree. Mother's Day every year we always plant a tree. Now let me show you the tree that John planted that was this size on my daughter's birthday, May 11th. I had her on, it was Mother's Day, the year I had her. And when she turned 16, we planted. Now look at the tree. It is huge. It took 6 years to get that tree from this size to that size right there.
It takes a while. You need to water these things for the first month or so and give them a generous amount of water and make sure the ground is compacted. And if there's any gaps in the ground, make sure you fill that with sand or some other nice loose soil that it will allow it to be in that anaerobic environment that it needs to be in to grow.
Okay, so it's got up to my eyebrows in height. So we'll see you back here, I guess, in 6 years, and we'll let you know how it does. Hopefully we'll be around by then.
Oh yeah. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Plant a tree.
God bless.